Money is one of the most powerful tools ever created. Yet most people spend their entire lives stressed about it, working harder, earning more, and still feeling behind. Think about that for a moment. Money is something we use almost every single day. We earn it, we spend it, we worry about it, and we plan our lives around it. And yet, for something so central to our lives, most people feel confused, anxious, and unsure if they are doing things right. The problem isn't that people don't make enough money. The problem is they were never taught what money actually is. Most of us were taught how to earn money. Go to school, get a job, work harder if you want more. But almost no one teaches you what to do after the money shows up. So people grow up handling money every day, making decisions constantly, but never feeling confident. They guess, they react, they hope things work out. And over time, that creates stress. In this lesson, I'm going to explain money in the simplest, most honest way possible, the way it should have been taught from the beginning. And if you really understand this, the way you save, spend, and think about money will start to change. Money is a tool. That's the foundation of everything. Money is not success. Money is not happiness. Money is not the goal of life. Think of money like a tool you'd use at home. A hammer, for example. A hammer can help you build something strong, or it can cause damage if it's used the wrong way. The hammer itself isn't good or bad. What matters is how it's used. Money works the same way. Money exists to do two simple things. It stores value, and it allows us to exchange value. Before money existed, people traded directly. Imagine you lived hundreds of years ago, and you were a farmer. You grew food, but you needed clothes. You had to find someone who made clothes and wanted food at the same time. That system worked, but it was inefficient and limiting. Money solved that problem. Money became a way to store your effort so you could use it later. When you earn money today, you're storing the value of your time and energy so you can exchange it for something else in the future. That means every dollar represents work you already did. When you spend money, you're spending past time. When you save money, you're protecting future choices. This is why money deserves respect. Not fear, not obsession. Respect. Now let's talk about banks, because this is where a lot of confusion starts. A bank is simply a place to store money safely and keep track of it. Instead of keeping cash at home where it can be lost or stolen, people use banks to protect their money and organize it. Think of your bank account as a central hub. Your paycheck goes in, your bills come out, your card connects to it. It shows you what's coming in, what's going out, and what's left. Your bank account is not there to make you rich. It's there to help you control your money. Banks also lend money, and when they do, they charge interest. That interest is how banks make money. Banks are businesses, not charities. Understanding this matters because it prevents frustration. If your bank balance isn't growing, that doesn't mean you're failing. That's not the bank's job. Its job is safety, organization, and control. Now let's talk about saving, because this is where most people's lives start to change. Saving money is not about being rich. Saving money is about safety. Life is unpredictable. Cars break down, medical bills show up, jobs change. Expenses appear when you don't expect them. Without savings, every unexpected expense becomes a crisis. Stress goes up, decisions get rushed, panic sets in. With savings, those same situations become manageable. They're still annoying, but they don't take over your life. Savings buy you time. Time to think. Time to breathe. Time to make better decisions. Now here's where this lesson becomes real. I want you to pick an amount of money you want to save. For most people, that amount should be $1,000. $1,000 isn't magic, but it's powerful. It turns emergencies into inconveniences. It breaks the feeling of being one problem away from disaster. If you already have $1,000 saved, that's great. In that case, choose a larger goal. $5,000, $10,000. Something that challenges you but still feels possible. This isn't about the number itself. It's about proving to yourself that you can set a goal and follow through. This is your homework. Pick your number, write it down, commit to reaching it, even if it takes time. Now let's talk about the easiest way to actually save that money, because this is where people usually overcomplicate things. You don't need a raise. You don't need perfection. You don't need to change everything at once. You need consistency. The easiest way to save money is to break your goal into small, boring pieces. $25 a week becomes over $1,000 in a year. $5 a day becomes over $1,800 in a year. Small amounts don't feel impressive, but they work. Open a separate savings account. This is important. When savings is mixed with spending money, it's easy to justify touching it. Name the account after your goal. When money has a purpose, you treat it differently. If you can, automate the transfers. Automation removes emotion and willpower from the process. The money moves before you can spend it. Once the money goes into that account, you don't touch it unless it's a real emergency. Not boredom, not a sale. A real emergency. Over time, something powerful happens. You start trusting yourself with money. You feel calmer. You stop panicking about small things. And this is something most people never talk about. When you feel calmer about money, your entire life changes. You sleep better. You think clearer. You make decisions slower and smarter. Money stops being a constant background stress and starts becoming something neutral, something manageable. Before we end, I want to slow this down and make sure something really lands. Money is not complicated because it's difficult to understand. It becomes complicated when it's misunderstood. Most people wake up thinking about bills, work all day trading time for money, check their account hoping nothing went wrong, and go to sleep hoping next month will be easier. That cycle creates stress, not because people are lazy or irresponsible, but because they were never given a foundation. Understanding money changes how that cycle feels. An unexpected expense doesn't mean you failed. A slow month doesn't mean you're behind in life. It simply means money is moving. When you understand money, you stop rushing. You stop panicking. You start making decisions calmly. That calm is powerful. Imagine a car repair showing up and knowing you can handle it. Imagine a bill arriving and not feeling your chest tighten. Imagine having options instead of fear. That feeling doesn't come from earning more money. It comes from controlling the money you already have. And it starts with the goal you chose. Whether it's $1,000, $5,000, or $10,000, that goal represents more than money. It represents confidence. It represents control. It represents proof that you can change how money works in your life. Learning about money is not a one-time event. It's a skill. At first, everything feels unfamiliar. You think about every move. But over time, with repetition, it becomes natural. Progress with money is quiet at first. Some weeks will feel easy. Some weeks will feel inconvenient. That does not mean it isn't working. Money rewards consistency, not intensity. If you remember nothing else from this lesson, remember this. Money does not control your life. Your understanding of money does. If this lesson helped you understand money more clearly, take a moment to like the video so this message can reach more people. Subscribe for simple, honest money lessons that school never taught us. And comment below what savings goal you chose. Before you leave this lesson, I want you to pause for a moment and reflect. Most people never stop to think about money this way. They live their entire lives reacting to it, adjusting to it, and feeling controlled by it. Not because they are incapable, but because no one ever slowed down and explained the basics. What you've done today is different. You've taken the first step toward understanding money instead of fearing it. And that matters more than any dollar amount. The goal you chose is not just a number, it's a line in the sand. It's you deciding that money will no longer be something that happens to you, but something you intentionally guide. There will be moments where saving feels slow. There will be moments where spending feels tempting. That's normal. What matters is that you keep returning to the foundation. Money is a tool. Safety comes first. Consistency beats intensity. If you stay grounded in those ideas, progress becomes inevitable. And one day, without realizing it, you'll look back and notice something has changed. You feel calmer. You feel prepared. You feel in control. That's when you know the system is working. Remember, money is a tool. Learn to use it and it will work for you.